and welcome to another episode of Synergy of the Rose. I'm Claire Attio.
Hi everyone, this is Silvia Jaira.
And in this video, we are jumping straight into the phenomenon that so many women are experiencing at the moment are the abdominal cramping and the abdominal distension that's going on. And before we get into this video, the first thing that I do need to say is if you do have any concerns, you seek medical advice. That is the first thing. I don't want this video to go, oh well, Claire and Sylvia said, and then there to be a problem. Obviously, you go get it checked out medically. This is not a medical book. We want to talk about the energies that are coming in. We want to talk about the reversing of the reversal codes that occurred within the divine feminine, and how that is now exhibiting itself, and why even those women that are way past menopause are starting to get abdominal cramping again, are starting to have that distension again, as if they're going to have a period and they haven't had a period for 10 years or plus. And why, what's actually going on there, what's going on energetically, what is it actually meaning for us as we step further into the divine feminine energy and bringing back the totality of who we are and our capabilities. And it's really, really exciting to actually feel this coming in. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited of where it's going to take us, what it's actually going to mean for humanity on a whole, as we start to get that equilibrium between the matriarchy and the patriarchy. And so it's an awesome time, isn't it, Sylvia?
Yeah, that took me by surprise, because when you were talking about it, I was like, no, I don't know. And then as you went on and explained it, I'm like, oh my goodness, yes. And I'm like, remembering even through meditation, those vivid pains of giving birth, and everything's coming, just those pains. And I'm way past us to have children now as well, but it was just like, whoa, what's happening? My daughter the other day came home, she's like, Mom, I can't, my stomach it's hurting so much, you don't understand, I'm in so much pain. And she was in so much pain, and I'm going, what is going on? So yes, I've also heard it from my friends as well, and it is something phenomenon that's happening. And for me, it's like a rebirth of light, of where now we're connecting as in the feminine aura.
It's that there was I mean, we could do a whole new video on the whole reversal code thing, but it's just stepping back into our full power. It's us regaining, it's us taking, I mean, the womb, we can look at the womb as a whole physical thing that is obviously where it creates life. Mm-hmm. But if we look at it from a metaphysical perspective, it's the incubator of all creation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we need to be looking at it from that perspective, especially those of us that are way past giving birth to physical children. Our wombs are still the incubator of creation. And so we are having upgrades, we are having downloads, we are having restoration work done, which is our physical bodies are going, ooh, because it's centuries since we've had these energies available to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so the physical body is not accustomed to it. Our DNA is like, oh, this doesn't feel familiar, because it's been so long since those energies have been with us. And so the physical body, the cells will try to reject it, which is where the discomfort, where the pain's actually coming from. It's trying to reject that energetic influence that's coming in, that it doesn't feel familiar. And so the body's going, oh, no. And what we need to do is to lean into and connect with our higher selves, connect with divine, and bring down, I'm going to say, angelic energies in which to help us integrate that in a much more comfortable way.
Yes. I actually right now just saw the tree of life blooming, beautiful. And when you were saying that, the first thing that came in through was coming through. It was the rebirth of femininity, the rebirth of being so feminine and beautiful, and that we need to go back and think why we are so precious as women. We are the creators, we are the life, and we are that energetic womb of light. Without us, none of this will be possible. And I think that's what we have forgotten. So that's a reminder. It's kind of like when you pinch someone, like, hey, remember to do this. That's our energetic right now being telling us, hey, remember, you're a creator, you are life, you are feminine, you are nurturing, you are blooming, you are meant to be a creator.
Mhm.
That's what came through when I saw the tree of life, which we are, each one of us. It was beautiful, and it was glowing, and it was branching out. And I think we're finally starting to realize as women that we need to fix each other's tiaras.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Not
come
tear them
together,
down, not tear them
tear
off,
them down,
but
because
to
we're,
realign them for each other. Yeah,
yeah,
make sure they're on straight.
because we each other, we have the power that we can have once we come together. It's going to be phenomenal. And
Mhm.
then this is a little nudge of saying, hey, look what you create. Well, look what you could create for those who have not.
Yeah.
That's to remind. It's a getting chills.
When you were saying about the tree of life then, and when you were saying about the vision you had, what dropped in for me was the infinite abundance that is available. And when we talk about abundance, let's not just go straight to money. I mean, yeah, that is our biggest energetic exchange in the world that we live in. I'm not going to deny that. There is nothing wrong with money. I'm not dishing money. Money is very important. But abundance comes in many, many, many forms. So let's not discredit the abundance of joy, the abundance of harmony, the abundance of peace, the abundancy of knowing who we are, being confident who we are, being able to stand in our own power of who we are unapologetically. And as Sylvia said, straightening another's tiara, shining a light for another so they can actually start to step into their path. There
Mhm.
is space, there is room for all of us.
There is.
There is an abundance for all of us. And there is a whole cosmos available to us for the creations that we're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And those creations come with that divine feminine energy of nurturing, of joy, of love, of peace, of God, it's just I could go on forever because it's just I'm just seeing this, I'm just seeing golden light pouring down through the tree of life.
That's
That's what I'm
exactly what
actually seeing.
that's exactly what I saw. And I was just like, it's the branches and the roots and everything. Remember, there is an entire communication system with the roots of trees. And just like us, when we communicate, just remember when we have a female friend and we can just connect just by looking at each other, we know what we're thinking, right? Like we have that connection. The womb is what connects us, it's what it makes us, because we have been torn down. We have been forced to believe that we're only here to for X, Y, and Z. No, because the thing is, we have forgotten who we
Mhm,
are
mhm.
or why we're here. And the more that we realize that the power we have within us, because I mean, without women, there's no humans. Our civilization is ending. But we're told, I'm not gonna say if you choose not to have children, just fine, that's your choice. But just know that you are capable of that.
Yeah,
You are
it's
capable of massiveness, of history, of creation. And I think that's why for me it was just like especially when we have doubt ourselves in our own work, on our own abilities of being either a friend, mother, sister, worker, or when you doubt yourself, your potential, what you can be,
Mhm.
just remember what you yourself can create.
I want to say there it came in very strongly. There's a couple of things that came in. The first one was when you were saying that your creation, as obviously this channel is directed towards the female and directed towards the light worker. Do not judge your creations by external factors. Go
Mm-hmm.
inwards. You're not always gonna have, and you don't you and it's knowing that you don't need external recognition.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can be frustrating. You can produce some fantastic work, and then you think, I'm still struggling to pay the bills. Do not give up. Do
Mm-hmm.
not give up. Things are the way the matrix is at the moment is it's wanting you to give up. It's wanting you to stop that creation because it knows ultimately it can't stop it. So what it's doing is it's trying to slow you down. It's trying to send you off course. It's trying to put spanners in the works. Keep creating whatever you're doing, whatever you're guided to do from your guides, keep doing it. And then if you need to take a second job or you need to do something else to pay your bills, do that.
Mm-hmm.
But don't think that what you're doing is not working. It is working. The other thing was the remembering that we have lived in such a patriarchal society, and I'm not doing that to dish men, because patriarchy doesn't equal men. Patriarchy is just a system that we've been in, and it's been that very heavy, very often narcissistic, masculine energy. That's not men. We're talking about energies here. Within that, we have been taught to disregard our natural cycles. And this energy coming back in, like Sylvia quite rightly said, it's a nudge, it's a pinch to remind us, hey, you're a cyclical being.
Mm-hmm.
You're a cyclical being of creation.
Mm-hmm.
That in itself is very powerful. We have had generations now of trying to stop those cycles through the contraceptive pills. I mean, there's all sorts out there. If you really want to get into it, I was away at London the weekend with my daughter, and she's actually now bought a moon cup. And of course, me being not having, me being out of that field for many years now, because I went through early menopause, I was like, what's that? What's that? And I was kind of like, I was very intrigued. But there is an embracing now of this is part of our natural cyclical self of being, and we're going to honor it. We're
Mm-hmm.
not going to be ashamed. We're not going to stop it. We're not going to stem the flow. We're going to allow things to flow naturally. And that for me, I was just wowed by that. I was just, because it's not been on my field. So I was really quite surprised and intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
And that was lovely to see that young women are taking that on board. And this is coming through more and more and more.
Yes, it is. I think it's I guess I at first I wasn't aware of it, but then like lately I'm like, yes, it is coming through, and also what's been funny, I have been more giddy, like more like creative. I have more creativity. I felt more feminine. I felt like, ooh, I'm gonna develop myself a little bit more. For me, like, oh, I feel like dancing and singing, which I've allowed myself to do that because I'm jumping into the feminine part. And I've been so happy to be around other women and seeing their beauty and their glow. And when I see that one that's like, well, I don't feel like I just want to remind her, like, you are amazing. Remember who you are. You are meant to shine. You're meant to grow. You're meant to do something great. And it's yeah, I think we all need to do that for each other right
Yeah.
now.
And
It's yeah.
complement each other. It's that's a big thing that again, that is something that I have been intentionally doing, is when I've seen another woman that I like their outfit, or I like how they've done their hair, and these can be complete strangers. I have actually been, they probably think, oh my God, is she gay?
Yeah, you know,
But
funny
it
you say
hasn't even
that.
come into the spectrum.
You I-
It's that needing, wanting, feeling that actually it's important that we boost each other, we give each other. Because on the occasions that I've done that,
mhm,
you've been able to see, because I've said, God, you look amazing.
mhm,
Complete strangers walking in the street, and I go, oh, I'm really sorry to interrupt you, but I need to tell you, you look absolutely amazing. And the
mhm.
smile and the way they've lit up, and they've then walked off with a bounce in their step. It, it's 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 been profound.
Yeah. It's funny when you said that about like, I don't mean it in this way of me coming on to you or something like that. It's crazy that we have to think that way right now, right? It's insane because before we've never thought we were able, years ago, we were to compliment each other, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, are you into me or something like that?
Yeah.
Because of everything that's going around, to the point where we have to hold our tongues and not say what we really feel because we don't want to offend someone or they don't want to take it the wrong way.
Well, I think the problem was is society sexualized everything. And to be honest, I've got to a point
Yeah,
now, well, if society wants to sexualize it, that's up to them. And if that's how people want to think, that is also up to them. That is
yeah.
not what I'm about. And I'm not going to hold back anymore. I'm not going to
No,
have my throat chakra be blocked
exactly.
off because of somebody else's paradigm.
Hmm. So that's what I want to bring that up, that if you're hearing this, and if we can just normalize it where we women can compliment each other with no agenda behind it, because we just find you so beautiful. And it could be that you're glowing. I mean, you could be in your yoga pants, just came out of yoga, going to drop off the kids in the morning, just woke up, absolutely with the bun and everything. If another woman sees you and then you're glowing there and they say like, hey, wow, you look amazing, take
Mhm.
it. Just take it
Yeah.
and don't attach it to anything. And I know sometimes when if you feel like, oh, is that person coming to me? Stop yourself and ask yourself why.
Yeah.
Why would you think that? And that's what, so that the rest of us, like you said, we're closing our throat chakra because we want to say those things, but then we're like, oh my goodness, we can't offend someone.
Yeah.
And that's the wound again talking to us of saying like, hey, remember we're motherly. That's the nurturing. That is, we need to step into that. And if I see a beautiful woman, like I said, it's like, oh my God, you're gorgeous, or you're glowing, and I love you're radiant, everything like that. That would put, like you said, a smile on someone's face. And we need to push that more and more and more because we're not getting that at all anymore because we're so afraid, which makes us question ourselves, which puts us in a lower vibration. And we're like, this not good enough? Am I thinking too much? And so let's just reaffirm each other moving
Let's
forward.
just step away from
Yeah.
that controlling, manipulative cycle that's been created for us, and step into the cycle that is now being divinely gifted to us through these womb activations, through the reversing of these codes, and
Yeah,
just be our true, authentic selves.
absolutely.
And that's bye bye from me.
And me. Till next time, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.
Till the next time. Bye bye.